has started.
My name is Bianca. I'll be guiding you through class and start in a forward fold today. So just make your way there. Have your blocks or chair or stool off to the side for now. We will use it later. And then feel yourself kind of spilling over the legs here. Bend the knees a lot. Shake your head yes and no here. Look side to side. Just try to let everything go. So from the hips all the way down to the back of the head, just get really kind of low to the ground. Good. One more breath. And then from here, lower the knees to the ground. Plant your hands. Find your cat and cow pose. Inhale, lift the chest for cow. And exhale, round your spine for cat. If you do have the blocks, place your hands on them. If you don't have blocks, no worries. Inhale and exhale. So on this Friday, it's been a rainy week. Whether you're feeling really energized or you feel like you need a kind of reset after this week, whatever you need, this is your time, 1 hour. Then start to find your cat and cows here, working the neck, working the shoulders. Yeah, really good breath. Try to notice how your shoulder blades are doing, your neck, your elbows, your wrists. And throughout our class, if something doesn't feel good, you can always change it up. And then when you're ready, start adding in your child's pose and your seal pose. So if you have blocks, it's quite nice because you could put your hands on them. It'll change the sensation of the child's pose because your hands are elevated. You can get the same effect by tenting your fingertips onto your mat. On the inhales, you'll lean forward for seal, opening up the heart space. On the exhales, you'll press back to your child's pose. Just a few more rounds here, awakening the spine, awakening your core. You can look right and left. Yeah, very good. One last, and then we'll meet in a child's pose. So inhale, breath. Exhale, child's pose, and remain. If you have the blocks, hands on the blocks, otherwise just rest. Once your forehead touches the mat, just start to exhale, just breathe. Feel yourself melting into the ground here, hips draw back. Sitting bones reach towards the heels here. Yes, chest is opening up. If you want the effect of the blocks again, just tent your fingertips. Another option here is you can place the blocks underneath the forearms so that it's really elevating through the shoulders, through the underarms. Either way, just melt and relax. If you are just joining us, we'll meet in child's pose. And then just breathe. Think of lengthening the breath all the way down to the tailbone. Breathe that long spine. On the exhales, just allow your chest to open up more, the underarms. Good. And then stay here for another few breaths, just relax. Then from here, turn your nose to the left side and let your right side face just rest on the mat. And then making sure this feels okay for your neck. Working out those neck muscles, finding that twist in the neck area, the cervical spine. Good. And then other side, just let your left side cheek rest onto the mat. As you do this, make sure you're breathing and noticing if there's any tension at all that you can let go of in the jaw, in the face. Good, and then everyone return back to center, rise up on an inhale tabletop. And then we'll find our cow pose with the block if you have it, lift. From here, downward facing dog, push the blocks forward and then send the hips back. And once again, if you don't have blocks, no worries. This is just more for like a different effect in the shoulders, the underarms. Find your down dog. Once you're in your down dog, inhale, rise up to the tippy toes, and then try to shift your wrists over, or shoulders over the wrists rather. So you're kind of like in a cat plank. Yeah, a little bit more forward, Brad. Yes, cat plank, very strange. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Again, inhale, lift through the rib cage, shift forward until the shoulders come above the wrists. And exhale, hips back. One more time. Inhale, shift forward. Maintain this roundedness in the spine. And in regular down dog, hips back. From here, walk your feet a whole footprint forward. And then release your right hand from the floor or the block. Take your right hand to the left calf. Just look underneath your left arm. Very nice. Keep that left arm straight. And then all the while, make sure you're breathing. Inhale, hands back to center. Place your left hand to the right calf this time. Look past the right underarm. And then exhale back to center. Then walk your feet another footprint forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Interlace the hands behind you for the halfway lift. So think of no wrinkles in the back of the neck. Bend the knees. Yeah, good. Squeeze the hands, pull the shoulders back. On the exhale to your bound forward fold, allow very gentle motion. Yes, very good. Super gentle. Let the shoulders kind of feel that frontal stretch. Yeah, if it feels good to move, you could flip the wrists. That's kind of different. If you want the inside webbing of the hands to go out, but make sure that feels good on the wrists. Good. Very slowly sit up into your frog. Place the hands onto the blocks if you have them, and then fingertips towards the top of the blocks like you're pulling back on the blocks while you open up the knees. Yeah, and then bring the chest forward. Good, and then as if you're creating your own resistance, hopefully the blocks aren't sliding, but keep pulling in as you bring the chest forward. If you don't have blocks, just drag your fingertips to the mat. On the exhale, send the hips up, wider forward fold this time. Legs are about as wide as your mat. Wiggle the hips one way, wiggle the hips the other way. And really good to kind of integrate spine, legs, shoulders. Okay, great. So now bring your blocks together at the center of your mat. If you don't have blocks, use your stool. If you don't have that, use a chair. That's going to be the hardest. Step your feet onto the blocks or the stool. So really anything that will make you higher than the ground. If you don't have it, no worries again. Inhale, halfway lift. And then stay here for a few moments. Bend the knees a lot. Squeeze your shoulders back. Hug your ribs up. Very good. One more breath. On the exhale, forward fold. So same thing, if you don't have blocks, it'll just be a regular forward fold, but hold on to the ankles. If you do have blocks, maybe hold on to the back edge of the blocks if you can reach, or the back of the heels even. Just a way to really lengthen through the hamstrings a bit more. And then from wherever you are, hands to hips, bend your knees. Find like a bear pose where it's like halfway lift, but your knees are really bent like chair. And then hold steady. Yes, very good. Inhale, rise up to standing. On the exhale, back bend. From your back bend, tilt your body to the right. And then tilt your body to the left. Yeah, just the change in the elevation here really helps your perspective. One more to the left. And then exhale, fold all the way down to the center. Inhale, halfway lift. And then jump back to your frog, hands to heart. You could stay here. If you don't have blocks, no worries. Plant your hands and find your crow pose with the blocks. Little bit different because you're higher up. It's a little harder. Okay, so just focus. Focus and breathe. Notice how the wrists act differently when you're doing it on blocks. Very good. Toes together if you can. And then everyone will meet back in your frog. Once you're in frog again, right hand in front of your right shin, left arm up. It just open, and then try to have the left hand a little lower to about like 10 o'clock. Yeah, good. Really open up the chest. And switch, left hand to the base, the left side of your mat. Reach the right arm up about 2 o'clock, maybe 3, if that feels better for the neck. You want the arms to be really long here. And then exhale, slide the block forward, step back, plank pose. This time regular plank without the cat effect in your back. Once you're here, really lift the heels up so the heels are above the toes. You'll feel everything active. The blocks make it just a bit harder. Open up the chest, chin off the chest, collarbone broad. Exhale, chaturanga, your choice. And then inhale, up dog. On the exhale, down dog. If at any point in time the blocks don't work for you, just go to the floor. Good. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, step your right foot in between the blocks or your hands, so make space. Lower the left knee down. Okay, and then make sure the right knee is somewhere above the right heel. And then if you have blocks, place your hands on the top edges and pull yourself through. If you don't have blocks, they're on the floor and you're pulling your hips forward while you breathe. And think of shortening the space between your rib cage and your hips, but forward. Nice, keep breathing here. Relax the shoulders down your back. Really kind of opening up the hips after the sitting down all week. On the exhale, half splits. You're already in position, just slide the right heel forward. If you have blocks, they help here to be like propping up the fingers just a little. And then same thing, bend the right knee, place the right foot down, pull back. Like you're really trying to send the chest forward, legs are steady, right hip in. Good. Hopefully no pressure in the left knee. Exhale, half splits. Actively flex your right toes up. Yes, see if you could straighten that right leg more. Yes, good, Brad. Relax the ears away from the shoulders. Last time through, bend the right knee. This time, hands to heart or arms up, your choice. So instead of pulling forward, now we're pulling up. Very good. Inhale. On the exhale, pyramid pose. Maybe the block's already there to support your hands and just straighten the legs. Good. We always kind of need these hamstring stretches just because we sit down, some of you run, some of you lift, bike, swim, everything active that you do. So really flex that right foot and keep hugging the shoulders down the back here. Oh, nice. Very cool. On the exhale, release the right foot and get ready. Turn the left toes out slightly. Rise up, warrior one. So hopefully the right leg feels more spacious here. You can explore the right knee. And then from here, interlace the hands behind you. Inhale, chest expansion, lift. On the exhale, a humble warrior. Feel free to move your left foot out to the side. And then try to unclench your right toes. There we go, good. And then if you can, look back at your left toes or left heel. Left leg is straight, right knee is bent. If you have the block, place your hands on them, return back to your pyramid, and then lengthen the crown of the head. So now you're in this like long pyramid position. Bend your right knee, then pick yourself up, supported warrior 3. Now, if you have the blocks, you want to raise them up to the tallest setting. Yes, I love working with the supported variation. If you don't have blocks, just go for regular warrior 3. And point your left toes for this one, and then feel the stretch in the right leg. Yes, looking good, Brad. Very, very good alignment. Inhale, breath. If you can, everyone, bend the right knee slowly and lift your arms back. Fly the arms. Use the triceps. Release warrior 1 on an inhale, very slow. On the exhale, flow through your chaturanga. Maybe you place the blocks back so you can use them. Inhale, up dog. It really isolates the strength. And then exhale, downward facing dog. And then here in your down dog, notice right away the difference between the right and the left leg. You'll feel that the right leg's so much more spacious, and then we want that same thing on the other side. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, step the left foot forward in between the blocks or hands. Set the right knee down. Untuck the right foot. And then again, if you have the blocks, place your, the first knuckle of your fingers onto them and then pull your chest forward. This still works without the block. You just have to create that effect using your muscles as you breathe. You want the hips to be pretty neutral here. And then try to get low with your hips as you pull the chest forward. Arms are rather straight here. Chin is proud, looking forward. On the exhale, sit it back. You're already in position for your half splits. Observe, is your right side typically more flexible? Is it the left side? Have you ever gone through any injuries in your life? Any surgeries? What's going on in the body? Maybe you're perfectly even. That's more on the rare side. Try to point your left kneecap and left toes up. Yeah, and then keep working the quad, so that'll help you straighten the leg. If your shoulders are hiking up to the ears, bring them down. There we go. And then inhale, bend into the left knee. Bring the chest forward. It's like very active stretching. So you'll notice that you could actually work up a sweat doing this pace if you keep that breath going. Exhale, sit back. And work that hamstring. Really flex the toes. Mindful. Where can you create more space? And then from here, replace the left foot down. This time, hands to heart or up. Your choice. And notice if you feel like your hips are pinching here, move back a little bit. Very good. Try your best to point everything forward. Your ribs, your hips, your right thigh. Good. One more breath. On the exhale, hands to the blocks or floor into your pyramid pose. You might need to scoot your feet wider, your blocks wider. Just pay attention. And then hug your left hip so your hips are even here. No worries if you can't straighten the left leg, but you really want to straighten your right leg here. Yes. Good. And then you can palm the floor, or you can palm the blocks, or you can be on the fingertips. Palming the floor typically helps here. All right, on an inhale, rise up, warrior 1. If your left foot is touching the block, that's nice because it's kind of a guide, right? So you don't want to tip that left block over. You want your right leg super straight here, ribs in, and underarms open. So just like when we were in that child's pose earlier. Steady, unclench the left toes, the right. Inhale, arms back, interlace. Lift and stretch. On the exhale, humble warrior. Take your sweet time here, no rush. Start to lift your core while your chest lowers. So there's that effect of your lower abs pulling up. You can rest your chest on your thighs, that's not wrong. It helps you sustain the pose longer. But if you do want to work the legs more, you can lift the chest. Either way, gaze is back. Crown of the head is pointing down. Chin in. Yeah, very good. This is good for your throat and all the glands around your neck. Nice. Good, good, good. And then slowly release, hands to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift. And then just find this long pyramid. It's very long because the head is telescoping forward. From here, getting ready, bend the left knee. And then if you are on those blocks, bring them up higher, slowly but surely into your supported warrior 3. It's quite interesting because the blocks are helping us, but it's still a lot of work because now you can feel the alignment better. It's like little points of contact that's making you aware of where you are in space. Where is the limitation in this pose? Is it the left hamstring? Is it the right hip? Is it your arms, your back? Really study and refine. When you feel satisfied, bend the left knee and start to lift the hands. Now you're balancing. Little harder. A lot more hamstring strength. A lot more glute strength. Triceps back. Fingertips engaged. Good. Inhale, warrior 1. Catch yourself, breathe. And then on the exhale, plant the hands down to the blocks. Step to plank. Inhale, breath. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Very good. And then from here, all right, if you have blocks, I know I said stool or chair, that's for later, but with blocks, this will work. Place your blocks about the third top of your mat. We're going to jump through. If you don't have blocks, just do it without blocks. I'm just gonna say it's harder. Inhale, lift the heels. Find that, you remember that little cat plank we did earlier? Do that. Bend the knees. With the catness of your back, you're going to jump through and the legs come through. Good. We'll try that again, yeah. With cork blocks, it's a little easier. Nice. Now that you're seated, bend the knees a little. Inhale the arms up. And then hold on to your knees. We're going to try not to use the hip flexors. Lean back into boat with a little bit of a round. Yeah, good. Chin off the chest. Inhale, sit up. When you're sitting up, you'll feel your hip flexors here, but you want to not feel them in boat. You want it to be the core, hands to knees, and then lean back around. This next one will go into full boat, but you want it to be the core. So maybe this is already your boat right here. Otherwise, lift the knees or lift the legs. Hold here. You know that pose where your knee was on the ground, you're pulling your chest through? That's to stretch the hip flexor. And then you want there to be enough space, so use your core here. Looking good, you guys. And then lower to half boat and breathe. Any shaking is fine. Keep breathing. Inhale, lift. Plant your feet down. Round yourself again. Hold on to the knees. This time, look right and left. Just working on your neck here. And then sit up tall. Place your feet together and then bring your blocks, if you have them, to the outside of your knees. If you don't have them, no worries. Lift your spine and then exhale, fold forward. This is just to kind of, you can round the back if the forward folds are a lot for you. If you want more kind of inner thigh stretch, just keep that chest flat. Yeah, good. All right, from here, bring the knees together, lift the knees up into our second round of boat pose. Hopefully you're able to isolate the core. If not, lean back some more. Different places your weight can be. It could be on the sitting bones, a little bit of the sacrum. There's kind of a mix. Wherever you feel the most balanced. Right, one last breath. And from here, extend the legs to a V. Place your blocks if you have them on the inside of the legs. Inhale, lift the chest, arms both. Exhale, take the forearms outside of your blocks and just fold. Can be anywhere in front of you. Yes, your hands will kind of grip like an L shape against the blocks. If your forehead can touch the blocks, that's ideal too. And just breathe. Flex the toes actively. All right, very good. Lift yourself up. Blocks and feet switch. So legs in, blocks out. Right, so now we're gonna reverse what we just did. So earlier we jumped through, now we're gonna jump back. If this doesn't work for you, just let's meet in down dog. All right, now walk your blocks next to your hips. Once it's there, you want to lift your seat and straighten the arms like plank. Good, and then step one, curl in with your foot and curl in the other foot. All right, so depending on how long your arms are and your legs, it might not work. So no pressure. And then lower the knees once you're there. And then take the wrists forward, just roll them. And then you got two options here. You have a crow pose or you've got Lolasana. So I'll show you Lolasana front view. Your blocks are here or you're on the floor if you can do that. And then slowly lift your knees or your hips, lift your knees, and then eventually your feet as well. Crow pose, regular, go for it. Hold for 5. Good, Brad, 4, 3, 2, strong, 1, and release. Knees to the ground, child's pose. Sit back. Let yourself kind of fold, knowing that strength is built over time. Good, when you're ready, rise up and find your downward facing dog. Let's get rid of the blocks for now. We'll come back to it later. And from here, inhale the right leg up and send the right foot all the way through. Notice how different it is to have your hands and feet on the regular floor. So crescent lunge here. And from your crescent lunge, interlace the hands around your right thigh. Same feeling as when we were on the ground earlier. So really try to peel the chest forward. Chin is neutral, head is neutral. All right, hands to heart. Getting ready here. On an inhale, just lift your left knee up and your arms up. Good. From here, figure 4 or eagle pose. Left leg on top, left arm under. If you're in figure 4, hands to heart or any variation. From eagle or figure 4, lift it up to tree. Keep your arms up for tree and just enjoy. So in this stage of your yoga practice, tree is very, very nice and quite relaxing. When you're ready, send the left leg to warrior 3, arms just go forward. Feel the difference between this warrior 3 and supported warrior 3. And everyone standing splits. Left leg high. If you do want to use the blocks here, you can. Replace the left toes to the back. Inhale, crescent lunge, just where we were. From here, chaturanga or straight into your handstand. We're gonna get there though. So your way back to down dog. If you want to go for the handstand now, you can. Take one breath on the exhale, let it go. And then inhale the left leg up. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, crescent lunge. And then when we're moving in like this really slow pace, you really get to feel the alignment, you get to refine, you almost get better at the pose, in my opinion. Start to interlace the hands around your left thigh here, pull up on the quad, straighten the arms, chest forward, gaze forward. You're a little lower than normal here so that your hands can reach your thigh. Yeah, good. And then from here, arms up, pull back a little, knowing where we're gonna go next. On your next inhale, transfer the weight into the left foot, lift the right knee up, and then exhale to your either eagle or figure four. Right knee is over, right arm is under. Track your belly button forward, your knees and your elbows forward. Yes, and then lift it up, unwind for tree pose. You could use your hand to help put your foot where you want it. Arms up. Think of your waist getting super long and tall, and your left foot so stable, and your left toes are fully spread out. And then from here, warrior three, just send the arms forward while you kick the right leg back. I'm always by the plant, so it's like hard to get into it. So try to really get into it here. For me, left side warrior three is harder. I don't know why, but I think it's the way the hips are. Yes, keep breathing. Good, good, good. Standing splits, get there. However wobbly it may be. Look towards the left shin. Lift your inner arch of the left foot. Right toes back. Inhale, crescent lunge. These are so strong. Yes. And then exhale your way down. Down dog, chaturanga, child's pose, handstand, whatever you want. And then downward facing. Few breaths here before we move on. And lower to the knees. All right, from here, maybe cat-cow, stretch the wrists here, tabletop, while I check on our timing. Oh, perfect. Okay, good. All right, so give it a little wiggle if you need a water, if you need child's pose. Just let it go. Any tension in the jaw. All right, so now stand up onto the knees, and then now's our time to bring out your stool, your chair, or the block. So let me just show you what we're doing with this, only if you want. Let me show you without any props. So we're here in down dog. What you'll do is you will begin to walk your hands to a forward fold, lift your heels up, walk your hands forward. So it's just like a plank to down dog thing. With blocks, place your blocks back. Depending on how wide your feet are, just try it. Place one foot on, find your three-legged down dog, and then walk back to the back of your mat into like a super supported standing splits. Eventually you want your hands down. This is handstand, basically. It's literally a handstand because you're standing on your hands. You just have one foot. If you have a stool, it's the same thing. Your foot will go on it. Let me show you the hardest, right? If you have something really high like this, but it's stable, this is super hard, but it's the same thing. So you're here, you see my hips? It's already that handstand. It just needs the knee to go in. But the higher your surface is, the harder. So just know that. Well, harder, but easier to get into the handstand, if that makes sense. So try it. Maybe your couch will work, but you want your hips to be stacked over the shoulders. Yeah, Brad, you're there. Keep going. Ooh, nice, Lori. Yes, Lori. Great hip positioning. You can bring the foot closer. Ooh, Brad, that was it. Exactly. You guys got it. All right, if I can't see you, no worries. Just try. You're either doing the walks forward or you're trying. So you see how much easier it is to float up into the handstand because you are being supported by the floor. This also works at the wall, but it's harder. So just try with what you have. I'll show you again this high thing right here if you need a visual. So from here, up, walk the hands underneath, and then eventually there. And then you can cartwheel out. That's what I like about this way of practicing. Brad, you are so close. You need like another inch or something. Just make sure you're trying another leg as well. It takes a little bit of courage, but you know what? You don't even have to jump into it. Just holding the leg up is the work, because that's going to help you maintain comfort in being upside down. Because I know, especially for me, once I'm upside down, I start to freak out. Like, oh my gosh, I'm really doing it. So slow it down. There, slow. Yeah, no, good. All right, so now that you got a taste of that, let's go back to our mat. And we are gonna try to put it all together later. Let's all find downward facing dog. No blocks. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. Little different this time. Lean forward with the arms back. All right, so now we are going to work on stabilizing the hips. Full breath in. On the exhale, step into chair. Sit down. Step back. Inhale, arms up. So feel what's going on with the hips. Inhale, lean forward. Exhale, arms back. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, step forward into chair. Really squeeze those hips together. Good. One last. Inhale, crescent. Hold steady. I know it's a lot for the legs. Last time, lean forward on an exhale. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, chair. And this time, regular chair. Arms up. Hold steady. Rise up to the tippy toes. Okay, and then bend your knees all the way until you're in a toe squat. Plant your hands, crow or chaturanga, or just down dog. Be kind to your wrists. If you're done with any wrist work, you're done. Don't worry about it. You want longevity in your practice. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take it back. Inhale the left leg. Exhale, crescent lunge. Step forward. Inhale, rise. Take your time and catch the breath. And then from here, lean forward, arms back. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step up into chair. Arms can go up or back, whatever you want. Back is a little harder here for what we're doing. And then inhale back, step the right foot back, inhale arms up. I know the legs are very tired, so hang with me here, almost done. Exhale, arms back, inhale, look forward, exhale, step the knees together. So this is training your glutes, your hips to hug themselves in. One last step back, inhale, arms up. And then exhale, lean forward and step into chair, regular, this time arms up. Likely your heart's a little elevated, heart rate, I mean. Good, and then slowly forward fold, widen the feet, and rest. Okay, good. So look forward and sit down onto your heels. All right, so then when you're here, look up at the screen. If you're still kind of energetic, you have a little bit more in you, you're going to practice donkey kicks up. So from here, you know that chair pose feeling? You're gonna bring your shoulders in, bend the knees, and then lift your hips up and try to squeeze your legs together. So no worries if you don't go very far, but you just want to feel the glutes scissoring. A variation, if you don't want to do that for your wrists, stand up with me and lift your left knee up. Yeah, Brad, good. And extend the leg. So you got the leg extension if you don't want to be upside down. Yeah, very good. You guys are really getting this. Yes, it's the same glute and hip compression. Now, we can just keep the arms straight, then you're pretty much there. Today was very challenging, good work. All right, so let's all meet standing up with the left leg forward. Some of you took this variation, sorry, you can go to figure four if you already did this. All right, if you haven't done it yet, extend the leg. Just ground your energy now that you're standing up again, you're not upside down. And then everyone slowly release to chair pose, even it out. If you're good, you're good. Everyone lift your right knee up, extend the right leg. We're all caught up now. We're all doing the same thing. Right leg forward. Maybe arm can go forward. And everyone slowly release to chair. We got one more here. Inhale, arms up. Lift the heels. Exhale down into your toe stand. And then from here, we'll just sit down. Good job, you guys. All right, extend the legs forward, bend the knees. If you have blocks, you can place them underneath your knees here. Like this. And then just let your spine decompress and fold. If you need a little more neck work, just look right and left. And then we will even out all of that. Plant your feet down, remove the blocks. Place your hands behind you so that your fingertips point to your hips. Take reverse tabletop or reverse plank. Just lift the hips. Protect your neck here. Good. And then you want to lay your seat down to where your hands are and straighten the legs. Yes, good. Last forward fold of class. Inhale. Exhale, peace fingers around the big toes, elbows out, and fold. So if you want, you could sit on the block. That's gonna make it easier for your low back. Very nice. Inhale, rise up. You got two options here. Go into pigeon right leg or lay down into your figure four. Just make your way there. We did a lot of glute, a lot of hamstrings, so much arms, core, all of it. Now's the time to kind of unwind. Inhale, breath. Exhale to your pigeon pose. If you're laying down, that's supine figure four. Just lay down and rest. If you have blocks, you can use them. Everyone inhale, hands to the ground. If you're laying down, just slowly switch. Tuck the left toes, send the right leg up. You wish to flip your dog here, or side plank, any other variations. And then you'll slowly switch to the left side pigeon or left side on your back. You can really celebrate the strength, the health. You know, we only realize the value of health when we don't have it. And I definitely realized that last week, and so honored that you would trust me to show up today. Thank you guys. And so honored for all of you for taking time out of your day to be here. Just breathe, relax the jaw. At your own timing, rise up to the hands here. If you're still getting cozy, take your time. Tuck the right toe, send the left leg up. You got side plank, flip dog, any variation. Downward facing dog. Everyone lower down to the knees. We're just gonna do one more thing for the spine. So you got options. You can lay down all the way onto the chest. From here, arms back, bend your knees, take a hold of the feet. That's an option for floor bow, or you can go for dolphin pose. Scorpion. So we did so much strengthening that some of you are pretty ready for this. So while you're in floor bow, I'll show you with or without a block into your forearm stand. Scorpion, whatever you want to do, okay? So floor bow or scorpion. It's really good for your, the lymph nodes in your tummy, your digestion. And then everyone, if you're in floor bow, roll up off to the right side. Just let yourself fall. And then roll to the left. And come back to center. And everyone roll onto your back. All right, so lots of rolling. And then if you have blocks, take it with you. We're gonna do supported bridge. 1, 2 blocks, maybe 1. Play with the setting. Make sure it's at the sacrum so you're very comfortable here. The block isn't touching your vertebra, it's touching the sacrum. So really move it down if you can. And then if you have blocks or not, send the legs up to the sky. If you're near a wall, you can also do legs up the wall. If you want to move, if you have a little bit more energy to work through, just scissor the legs. And then everyone, legs up the wall again. Slowly release the feet. We'll take it up to regular bridge, let go and remove the block. If you're really craving a wheel pose, it's here for you, but no worries if not. And then everyone slowly come down. Let's all hug our knees into our chest. And then everyone take a happy baby here. Just rest your shoulders onto the mat, your sacrum, the back of the head. Good. And then replace your left leg onto the mat and take your right leg up and over across the body here, supine twist. If you have a block, you can place the right knee on top of it to rest so that it's not hanging in the air. You can also hold on to your bottom leg here, your left leg, with the right hand. And then unwind, bring it back into center. Extend the right leg, hug the left knee in to your left side body. Take the left knee across the chest to the right side. Move the block there if you have it. And then let your left shoulder rest on the mat. And if you want, you can bend your right knee so the heel's towards the glutes. If you can reach the foot, that'll provide a different stretch for you. And then everyone inhale center here. Give yourself just a giant squeeze, lift. And then take your blocks underneath your knees if you have them into your Shavasana. Right underneath the knees. Take a deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale, release. Inhale in. Exhale out. And then just let yourself rest here for as long as you have time for. Soaking in the breath, soaking in the feeling of tiredness from an hour of positive effort, movement, and breath. Tuck the chin in a little, rest the shoulders further down so you can stretch the head a bit more. Your next exhale, just relax a little bit more here. Just let it go. Good. And then on your next inhale, just start to awaken. Breathe in. Open mouth, exhale, sigh it out. Start to awaken fingers, toes, wrists, ankles. And inhale, stretch the arms up. And draw the knees softly into your chest as you roll over towards the left side or the right side. Now your own timing, have a seat. So you're there, just sit up tall, take a inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, shoulders back. And then chin down on an inhale. Exhale, round. Inhale, around the other way. Look behind you on the right. Look behind you on the left. Okay, then inhale, arms up. Exhale fully. We bow forward, sealing in our practice. From my heart to yours. Namaste. Thank you all so much for really giving it your all in this class. Thank you so much for being here. So nice practicing with you. I hope you feel strong, you feel great, and yeah, keep practicing that, even if